Hey, what's up guys? It's Bjorn from Jurassic Park Triops again, and this video is going to be about the albino Cancriformis species. As you have seen in the last video possibly, I hatched some Cancriformis albinos again, and the Triops Cancriformis albinos that have grown up actually have been replaced to the nursing tank right now. The nursing tank had some problems. I was not completely sure what was going on, but something was wrong inside, so I actually did a large water change. I added some clear water elixir from Denali to make sure there were no pollutants in the water left. So that's what happened last week. They are actually inside the nursing tank right now, and they are doing pretty great. This one is struggling a little bit, but the rest is doing pretty fine actually. As you can see, they are really small. These guys are about like a week old right now, so they are pretty fine. Usually I would suggest that you transfer them around the 12 or 14 day mark, but because I know the tank is safe right now, I actually decided to transfer them today, because these little hatching containers are really small, and if you have like more than like 2 or 3, it is sometimes a good decision to actually replace them to a nursing tank to have them grow a little bit faster. Otherwise they might hold back in size as well if they are kept in these small containers for a longer period. What I wanted to talk about today a little bit more about the species. I did some findings on this species, and one of the first findings that was particularly interesting is that this species is probably a how it's called again, a herbivore. So it's basically a tribe species that prefers plant material instead of flesh. So compared with the Longicaudus species and the Australiensis species, this species is definitely a lot less cannibalistic towards each other. That's why I really prefer this species, as the bigger ones also don't attack the smaller ones. They really prefer plants, so usually we will see them hanging on the plants, eating algae, or actually eating from the roots of your plants. To me, this is not a problem, because I have plenty of plants, and I actually try to replace them now and then, just to make sure that the plants don't start to rot and die inside the tank. But it's fine to me. They can eat the roots. As you can see, this Elodia plant already did show up with the root, and usually the small ones actually will start to nibble on the roots and actually consume the roots as well. Like I said, it's fine. I really don't mind it too much. They are pretty fun. This is a pretty fun species, but it is a species that stays a little bit smaller during the first several weeks, but you can actually grow them up to a decent adult size of, let's say, 7 to 8 centimeters, which should be around, I guess, 2 to 4 inches. I'm not completely sure, because I don't use inches usually, but yeah, you can definitely get some bigger ones. I will show you a video from my Instagram profile that shows some adult ones. Let me show you guys. This is not what I wanted to show. Give me a second. There he is. So this is an adult Triops Cancriformis. It is way bigger than the other ones in the nursing tank that you just saw. This particular one had some shield damage on the left side of his head shield. As you can see, it is not fully formed well, but it's not a problem at all. These guys became really big. They actually reached up to 8 centimeters, I think. But as you can see, these ones are pretty big, so it will take some time till they reach a decent size. These ones are smaller ones. Give me a second. The video, there is one. This is a juvenile one, and this is an adult. The ones that I have now are actually smaller than this little juvenile over here. So there is plenty of growth still left, and yeah, I'm actually trying to breed them to this size of the juvenile, and then I can replace them to the main tank again, where they will increase in size to the adult version, which is this size, probably around this size. They are sometimes a little bit clumsy, but it's a really interesting species, also because it is an albino species, which means they lack the color gene, and this eventually turns them quite pinkish or transparent, and it is a really cool feature within Triops. So if you breed these, you will also get like full albino babies again. Basically, that's because this species is an hermaphrodite species, so they actually fertilize themselves. So you basically will always get the female version, and the female version will fertilize herself, lay eggs that are viable, and eventually you will get new albino Cancriformis again. So let me place this to the side, guys. Let's have a look at the babies. So that's basically what is going to happen. This species comes from Japan, like I said before. Maybe it is called the Beni Kabuto AB albino in Japanese. Unfortunately, I am not native to Japan, so I can't pronounce it very well, but it is a special species from Japan, in my opinion. So that's why I really got connected with this species. They are definitely different than a Longicaudus albino species. I will show you very shortly what the differences are. Give me a second, guys. So I'm just gonna go back to my profile for a second. This was a measuring point when I measured the last Cancriformis score, and it was 2.5 inch. Around 2.5 inch, or let's say 7 centimeters. So it was quite a big specimen. I was really proud of that one. Let me see. Yeah, what I wanted to explain a little bit about the differences between an albino Cancriformis and a Longicaudus albino. The Cancriformis albino actually has a way larger head shield compared to the Longicaudus version. As you can see on this picture, the head shield is way longer and the tail is a little bit shorter compared to the Longicaudus species. I'm gonna find a picture right now of the Longicaudus species. Give me a second. Longi black, red Longi. This should be it. As you can see, the shield is way shorter and the tail is a lot longer. So that's a really interesting feature on both species. If you want like a little more compact version of the Triops, I would go for the Cancriformis albino. And if you prefer a larger size Triops, I would go for the Longicaudus albino. So there are differences between these two species. I actually really like both of them, but to be honest, I really like the Cancriformis albino a little bit more because they are less cannibalistic. They grow a little bit less fast, and that also means they become a little bit older. Reports have said that they actually can get up to 120 days old, which is pretty old compared to the Longicaudus species again, because those ones usually get a maximum lifespan of 90 days. So for particular reasons, I got really interested in this species, and that's also the reason why I have them again. I also have new species coming, but I wanted to focus on this species first because I was really interested by them myself. So that's why I really wanted them to have them a little bit longer. So I actually hatched this group, and there is another group up here. Let me check if I can see some Nopli. Let me see, guys. No, unfortunately, I can't see them. They are pretty tiny because they should be around like 5 to 6 days old. They are not old yet. Oh, there they are. There they are. Two little Nopli in the front. These guys are really tiny. They are really like the Nopli and juveniles. So we'll have them wait like 1 or 2 weeks more, I guess, till they can get transferred to the nursing tank again. And by that time, these guys might actually be large enough to be transferred to the main tank. So that's what's coming up, guys. I hope you enjoyed the little video. If you want to get some Cancriformis albino yourself, feel free to contact Triassic Park Triops by sending me an email. The email address is triassicparktriops@gmail.com. So if you would like to order some, you can just send me an email and ask for the price list. You'll get the price list, and from there we can make a deal. So that's it, guys. I think I am particularly done with talking about the species right now. There are a lot of more facts, but I will probably share these facts in future videos as well. This is just a little short, quick look at the species. and I was planning on making like larger videos about every specific species in the future. So this was just a small take on how I would like to do it, and just a trial. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and basically see this as an update. They are doing fine, and hope to see you guys in the next videos. See you guys.